Hey all my succulent friends, thank you for watching today and for visiting my channel. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button while you're here and like this video. And if you'll watch till the end of this video, you'll see one of the Christmas presents that I got from my daughter-in-law that I really think you'll like. The first method or technique I'm going to talk about is propagation from leaves. In this clip you'll see an old cardboard egg carton that I'm using that I fill with Miracle-Gro cactus mix that I've amended with extra perlite for better drainage. You can also use vermiculite as a soil amendment to give better drainage. These cuttings are from Echeveria Caribbean, California Sunset Sedum, and Graptoveria Ghost Plant. The leaves were taken when I recently repotted some overgrown leggy specimens. I'll post a link to that video in the description box below. Propagation from leaf cuttings, where you lay the leaves on a soil mix, is an easy method of propagation, but not all succulents can be propagated from leaves in this manner. If the leaves of your succulent are plump and full, you have a better chance of success because there is more moisture stored in the leaf. One Echeveria that I have not been able to propagate from leaf in my climate is Pearl von Nuremberg. This plant propagates better for me using the water method. So I think it's totally because the leaves are very thin or not plump, so less water is stored and they just need more. So when you're going to propagate a leaf, just gently pull the leaf from side to side on your mother plant, let her callus over, and then lay on your soil mix. The end doesn't have to be inserted into the soil, just laying on top. Spritz daily with water, and in a couple of weeks you should see growth coming from the tip of the leaf. When the new plant is an inch or two in size, you can transplant into its own pot. I have found that one of the easiest leaves to propagate is the California Sunset. I have a lot of this plant just because it produces so easily. The second method I use to propagate is the cutting method. This is also a very easy method for propagation, and most succulents can be propagated with this method. If you have a leggy succulent or are just wanting to start a new plant, this is a great method to use and you see faster results. With a sharp knife, cut off the top of your plant, let callus or harden off, and simply plant into a well-draining soil mix. The plant doesn't have roots yet, so you actually don't need to water until it has roots, or you can spritz to prevent shriveling of thinner leaves. When you see new growth start or have resistance when you gently pull on the plant, you know you have developed your roots. This is Crassula watch chain, and this plant I bought and it had a lot of brown at the base of the plant, so I'm just snipping off what's green, laying them aside until I put them in little bunches, and then I will insert each base of each stem into soil in a clump, and that's how I will propagate this plant. This is also a propagation from cutting method. So these plants will readily put on new roots, and I won't water them until I feel like they have developed new roots. They don't need watering right now. You can mist the plant, spritz it, but as far as watering the soil, they don't actually need it until they have roots and can actually take up the water from the soil. The third method I'm presenting in this video is the water method, which is a much harder method for me. I have more success with this method with plants such as Pachyphytum ovarium moonstone, string of bananas, and Echeveria Pearl von Nuremberg. I simply put them in a terracotta saucer, and using a syringe to not disturb the leaves, I add water daily. The water usually evaporates in 24 hours, and I just keep adding more as I see a need. They don't have to be immersed, just the ends put into the water, the calloused end. You could also have a leaf suspended over the water and the roots would form and seek the water. At the top of the saucer in this clip, you'll see two moonstone leaves that I accidentally knocked off of my moonstone plant. I find that they're very plump, but also a little harder for me to get started rooting, and just like the Pearl von Nuremberg. But try this method and see how you like it, and tell me if you have good success with it in your climate. The fourth method is just letting the plants produce new babies on their own. A plant will throw off new pups underneath the parent plant. You can also just let the leaves fall where they may, and most times you will see it putting on new growth where you least expect it. Also, if you behead a plant, you can get new growth along the stem where the leaves were. This Kalanchoe tomentosa has produced in the same pot as the mother plant. This is the first time I've propagated this plant, and so far it's been 100% success. Plants know how to reproduce on their own without any help from us. If we will just let them do their things, most of the time they're going to take care of their reproduction. It's just when we try to speed up the process or we want more of a plant and faster results, that's when we get into pushing the reproduction. But they know how to do it on their own, and they're very good at it. I hope you'll try all of these methods and learn which one works best for you in your climate and for whichever plant you're trying to propagate. I promised you I'd show you one of my Christmas presents for my daughter-in-law, and here they are. They're called sloggers. She had asked me for a list of Christmas presents I might like from Amazon, and this is one of the gifts that I chose, and I absolutely love them. They are so comfortable. They're slip-ons, waterproof, and ankle high. And I just love all the colors. So I'll put a link in the description box below in case you might want to check these out for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video and will come back and visit soon. I'll see you in the next video, and happy propagating.